Student Motivation by Kristen Rogers. Goals. A goal is the cognitive representation of a desired state, or in other words, our mental idea of how we'd like things to turn out. I think it is important for students to set goals within the classroom as a whole and individually. Setting goals within the classroom gives each student something to strive for together, where individually, if they set goals, that is something for them to work towards individually, whether grades for the semester or for the quarter, or maybe doing good on one assignment. Goals is the big part of motivation. It all starts with setting a goal. Motivation. Motivation is the psychological driving force that enables actions in the pursuit of set goals. Once you have a goal set, you are motivated to work towards it, whether it be due to intrinsic or extrinsic factors. Intrinsic motivation comes from the benefits associated with the process of pursuing a goal, but these benefits are internally, where extrinsic motivation can also come from the benefits associated with achieving a goal, but these are external factors such as a reward. This picture shows the differences between intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation, which comes from within, such as autonomy, mastery, and purpose. There's a reason you set a goal and you're working towards it. Where extrinsic motivation comes from the outside. Maybe you're compensated for something, maybe there's a punishment for not reaching a goal, or maybe there's a reward for reaching the goal. Motivation in the educational setting. In the educational setting, students generally experience and feel like they belong and are respected within the classroom. This came from the Spillman et al. Textbook. I think when the classroom is welcoming, likely to participate in classroom discussion. They feel like they belong, they are respected when they share, they are more open. Students feel they are not respected and the environment is not welcoming, they are more closed off and reluctant to share within the classroom. Another quote from the textbook was, "Physical reinforcement such as money or rewards, and verbal reinforcement such as praise and positive feedback may affect an individual in very different ways." Physical reinforcement within the educational setting could be a reward such as getting to pick your own seat or maybe a free pencil if you're working towards something. Verbal reinforcement could be praise or positive feedback on a worksheet. I also think it is important to point out the positive feedbacks on a worksheet that a student struggled on. It is important to look at the positives and not focus so much on the negatives. Students see that positive feedback. They are more likely to strive to get more positive feedback on the next assignment. Within the classroom. Again, from the Spillman textbook, providing students with activities that are challenging yet doable along with the rationale for engaging in various learning activities can enhance intrinsic motivation for those tasks. Recently, our classroom has decided to go more towards implementing projects instead of worksheets. With this, I think it is important to give students an option. Maybe the type of project they want to do, or if they do truly want to do the worksheets. Giving them the option allows them to pick what they want to work towards, and then they are motivated to achieve it. I have seen in the classroom students be more motivated in classroom discussion with these new projects we are doing than when they were doing worksheets. The quote I found in the article states, "Does the student work hard on assignments because the act of learning is pleasing, or does the student work hard to get good grades, which will help land a job?" Since I teach middle school, I do not think the students are thinking they're going to get good grades so they can get a job. I do think the extrinsic factor they are working towards, for some, especially the athletes, is getting good grades allows them to play their sport. The reward is being able to play. If they get bad grades, they are punished because they are not able to play. Some students, however, do work towards the learning is pleasing aspect of motivation. Implementing concrete rewards. As long as the task involved only mechanical skills, work they would be expected. The higher the pay, the better the performance. But once the task called for a cognitive skill, a larger reward led to poorer performances. This was talked about in the TED Talk. I found it interesting because knowing that a cognitive skill with a larger reward led to a poorer performance showed that large rewards are not reasonable. In the classroom, I think it is important to allow students to be involved in the picking of what their reward is, allowing them to put in some input. Knowing what they want to work towards also increases their motivation within the classroom and being successful. I also think it is important to make sure the reward is reasonable. If the reward is too large, they are less likely to work towards it. I do think rewards play a big part in motivation because it improves their performance. And getting the students' input allows them to be a part of the decision making, which motivates them even more. And here are my references.